Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I am Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and we are almost a family of 500. Just I think 2 away at the time of recording this video. So thank you so much for your love. And today the film that I am going to be discussing is the Madhavan starrer Rocketry, which had a theatrical release. It was a bilingual, if I'm not wrong. It was released in Tamil as well as Hindi, and I happened to watch the Hindi version. So, Rocketry is basically a biopic on the renowned Indian scientist Nambi Narayanan, who was an ISRO scientist and who was also accused of being a traitor to the nation. And what is the truth? I think you should go and watch the story. I felt the screenplay, had it was designed in such a way that it had so many moments, of his achievements. And because I have a science background, anything that involves science, especially on screen, like earlier it was Rocket Boys, so anything that involves science, I'm immediately invested in that. So this was one such film, and especially in the first half, you get to know a lot of work that he did for ISRO. Like in which India was still in its initial steps of independence. I think it was 2 decades probably since we'd got our independence, and how uh, even without the acquirement of funds, he was able to crack those deals. And there are plenty of jargons that are thrown. I think this is where I think it would be a disconnect for a few of them, as to what does it actually stand for. The jargons like solid, liquid, all of that is there. It will require that sense of understanding as to what the filmmaker is trying to tell you. So there are no easy answers in the first half. I felt it was slightly disjointed in the first half. I think the second half though was, I think, quite eventful in terms of the angle that was of the traitor. I felt that was quite well explored, although it did play safe and it did not actually go all end up, but it was just focused on the character and his hardships, and what exactly that character was going through, while that investigation was going on, and all of that leading up to that. So I felt the second half was much more eventful, and I really liked the second half, especially at the end when you actually got Mr. Nambi on screen. That was, I think, something very special and something very good that the filmmaker did. The screenplay also had few metaphors that were there. Like there was one scene in which it was raining, and the scientist and his wife were thrown out of a rickshaw, and he was trying to search for another auto, and the focus went on the Indian flag who was also soaking the rain. I think that was something that did make you feel really miserable, of the state of scientists in this country. It just was a metaphor for that in a way. Although things have improved, and ISRO is doing a great job, I think that was, I think, a time in the story, in the timeline of the story, in which it wasn't doing that well at that point, probably. And other than that, one, I think, major drawback, and it just threw me off every now and then, was the dialogues. I think the dialogues, especially the ones, I happened to watch the one in which it was dubbed in Hindi, even for the foreigners when they were interacting with one another, along with the foreigners interacting with the character of Madhavan. I felt that was again dubbed in Hindi. I'm not sure whether it was in my screen or not, but let me know in the comment section whether it was the same in the Tamil, feature, as well as the Hindi version of some of the multiplexes. I felt that I had watched it in a single screen, so probably was it dubbed for the single screen? I don't know, but it was just throwing me off every now and then. So I think that was a little bit of a downer. I think the music was quite good. The background music was again quite good. I think director Madhavan, he's, I think, written the story, screenplay, dialogues, as well as I think the direction, and produced it. He's a one man army, you can say, in this film. I think his direction wasn't perfect. It was okay. It was, you could make out that he's a first time director. Of course, it would be much more difficult, to act as well as direct at the same time. So that was, I think, you could make out that he was rough around the edges, although he did show glimpses of a good director, of a sane mind, and who had the craft basically to again even to go ahead and direct some other films as well. He does have the craft, but his direction wasn't perfect. In fact, it was far from perfect, and I felt it was rough around the edges. You can just keep it that, but good for a first timer. But the performer Madhavan, I think that is where I think the strongest point of the film is the performance of Madhavan here. I think he's outstanding. He has this charming presence on screen. You know, you can make out, and it was just such a pleasure to watch him take you on a roller coaster ride. There was one scene in which he was breaking down in front of his wife, feeling vindicated right at the end. I think that was really well captured. I think he did a fantastic job in that too. And surprise, I watched the Hindi version, so there was a cameo by SRK whom I watched after 4 years. I'm very happy. I think he was very natural. He was playing himself, by the way. I think the Tamil version has Surya, which should equally be good. Please let me know how the Tamil version is and how is the performance of Surya in the comment section. And do I recommend Rocketry? I think definitely you should go and watch it once. I think it is, I wouldn't say it's a very good film, but it's not a bad film. It is a good film. I think it is a pretty good film. If you'd like to read my full review, it is available on Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below. And if you're liking this video, then please smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts on the film, especially the Tamil one or the Hindi one which played at a multiplex. I think that would be an interesting conversation that we can have in the comment section. And again, if you're new to this channel, please smash that subscribe button now. You can also follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all links on Letterbox rather also, all links are in the comment section. Do follow me, and yeah, if you're liking it, then please spread the love and let me know what other films you'd like me to discuss. And until next time, then thank you so much.